Okay, this is going to be a quick video of my Consew 226R-1 industrial sewing machine. I have the original manual right here that's going to come with the machine. The machine's been all gone through top and bottom, everything's been cleaned up, clutch motor's been taken apart, clutch has been cleaned, oiled, put back together. The knee lift right there has been adjusted. The foot pedal's been adjusted to my liking. I like a certain angle on the foot pedal when I run the machine. The machine has a new thread stand, a brand new belt, a repainted bobbin winder, and the machine is in excellent condition. Here is the label, made in Japan, 226R-1. The size needle, correct needle to use with the machine. Now when I picked up this machine, the reason I bought it, I try to pick the best machines I can find out there if I'm going to spend days working on them, making sure everything's perfect. And if you look at the paint on the bed of this machine, you can tell this was not used much. Typically you'll see wear in this area of the machine if a lot of fabric's been run through. The paint on this, there's hardly any chips on it. Also the pillar will show a lot of the paint worn away. The paint on the pillar on this machine, it basically looks like new. So obviously this machine wasn't used all that much. I'm going to tip it back. And there's the bottom mechanism drive of the machine. Everything super heavy duty. The drive belt's in good condition. It's a toothed drive belt. Okay. With this machine there are two buttons on the bed. You depress this button and turn the hand wheel to set your stitch length. If you should happen, there is a safety clutch also on this machine. If you should happen to make a mess over here and lock things up, there's a safety clutch under the machine that will disengage. You need to clean your mess up that you made here, tangled up, whatever you did wrong. Depress this other button and reset the machine. And let me get it on the tripod here. First I'll show you a few stitches I did this morning just to make the video a little quicker here. This is fairly thick black Naugahyde with white T90 thread. Here I'm starting out with one layer, stepping up to 2, 3, and 4, and back down to 1. Hopefully I can hold the camera still enough. You can see the machine has no problem with that. Here I opened up the stitch length. This machine will do 4 stitches per inch. All the way down to, I think it's like 26, but I never go that small. This is approximately 9 stitches per inch. And then the foot on the machine right now is a piping welting foot, which you can use for piping like this along the edge, or just for straight stitching also. Try to get a little reflection there. Alright, put on the tripod. Alright, I'm going to start out with, I've got the T90 thread loaded up in here. And I'll just run through a new piece of fabric. The clutch motor's been adjusted so when your foot is off the pedal, the brake engages. And then I adjust it so that there's a little bit of playroom. So if you just barely put your foot on the pedal, just barely put it forward so that you're not engaging the motor, it frees the hand wheel. And if you free the hand wheel and get your take-up lever all the way to the top, bring your thread around the front of your needle and put it under, let me get it there, put it under this portion of the foot, A lot of people, when they run these, you'll see them holding the threads back because they're afraid it's going to pull the thread away. Well, if you start out in the proper position, this foot will hold the thread down in front of the needle, and you won't have to worry about having a mess like that. See how that foot held that thread, so you didn't have to worry about tugging on the back. And then when this is a clutch motor, you can run the machine fairly slow or quite quickly. And this is why I like that little bit of play in the foot pedal. I'm depressing it just slightly now, and I can, with the hand wheel, get to the position where when I do my knee lift and turn my corner, I'm not going to lose that. I'm not going to lose that stitch in the corner because it's already locked in right here. I'm using a big piece of fabric here to try to keep my hands out of the camera angle. And this machine also has reverse. So you can lock your stitches. And then because the thread comes through the needle in this direction, when you take your material out, just go back like this when you lift your foot, and you won't be putting stress on the needle or bending the needle in any way. I'll just do another quick run through through this area where it steps up. I'm going to move over a little bit though, just so we get just so you can see a new run of the thread here. And it's climbing up 1, 2, 3. So now we're going through 4 layers and back down to 1. That's where I just sewed this second line. Climbs right up, down, back, right up and back down without a problem. And that's 4 layers of Naugahyde. Then when you're working on your piping, you can actually use this foot for straight stitching and doing the piping work. There's really no need to change it. Unless you're doing something really intricate where you want to maybe get in there with a smaller foot setup. But I'm just going to go ahead and run right over. I better get that under. Run right over what's already here just to show you how this works. I've got my piping in there. Go ahead and run it off. Take it out of the machine. And then when you get all done, there it is. There's your piping hooked to your fabric. And you didn't have to change the foot. Alright, that's it.